All right, good morning. It's 4:30 and you're watching TMJ4 News Today. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. Let's start off with our meteorologist, Brian Niznansky, who is live outside in our storm chaser outside of McKinley Marina Boat Launch. And Brian, we are waking up to some warm weather this morning.
Absolutely, Adriana. Even right here, right along the lakeshore, the water temperatures are close to 70, so you're not getting that cooling influence. And yeah, we're in the 70s here with the chaser right along the lakeshore. 7 your forecast in a few minutes, Adriana.
All right, thanks, Brian. Looking forward to it. Well, if you are driving to the beach or anywhere this afternoon, AAA reports the average price of unleaded gas is now at $4.53 a gallon. That's down 14 cents from just a week ago and down 47 cents from a month ago when the average price per gallon was at $5. The cheapest prices in the country right now are in the southern states. However, prices remain much higher than a year ago when the average price for a gallon of unleaded gas was at $3.16.
Before this, it was kind of tough. I've been going paycheck to paycheck, but now it's starting to die down.
The gas prices have dropped significantly over the last month. The reason why they're dropping, though, is because there's less demand for gas.
And Molly Hart with AAA says that even though gas prices are down, it's still a volatile market, which makes it hard to predict whether or not gas prices will stay flat or decline. Well, new this morning, an 18-year-old man is recovering after he was shot while driving. Police say it happened near 81st and Villard a little after 11:30 last night. Officials say he has minor injuries and was treated on scene. As of right now, no one is in custody. Anyone with information is asked to contact Milwaukee police. Video that we are looking at, this is the aftermath of a crash between a Milwaukee County bus and an SUV. Police say the SUV driver, a 60-year-old Milwaukee man, was killed after he crossed the center line and crashed head-on into the bus on Sunday night near 62nd and Congress. The bus driver and 3 passengers had minor injuries. Well, a jump in crisis calls following Wisconsin's switch to a new 3-digit 988 suicide prevention lifeline. The change happened on Saturday. Operators here in Wisconsin took 170 calls Saturday and 168 on Sunday. Now, normally it's between 100 to 150. The switch to 988 is a nationwide initiative to make it easier for people in crisis to connect with the help they need. Well, 100 people gathered in the school district in Muskego to protest the decision to block a book about Japanese American internment camps from a class reading list. The decision has drawn the attention of State Teacher of the Year in Wisconsin. He doesn't teach in the Muskego Norway School District, but Cabby Wong wants his voice heard. Our Bruce Harrison reports.
2022 Wisconsin Teacher of the Year, Cabby Hong wanted to speak at an ongoing school board meeting, but he was denied. So instead, he and others are sharing their concerns out here.
I am hoping to engage with the board at a future board meeting.
Cabby Hong has taught English for more than 20 years, now in Verona, Wisconsin.
When I read the board members' rejection of the Julie Otsuka's book, and their rationale as to why they rejected it, I was offended on so many levels.
English teachers in Muskego Norway School District put forth Julie Otsuka's When the Emperor Was Divine for AP reading, but a school board subcommittee rejected the book.
They said that the American perspective was missing in her novel, and it's written by a Japanese-American novel about Japanese-American characters. So how could the American perspective be missing from this novel?
The book tells the stories of Japanese lives in internment camps during World War II. School board member Kevin Zimmerman says the book was rejected because its selection goes against district policy on discrimination.
From what I heard is somebody from the administration told that committee to pick a book from a non-white author. You can't have that because that's a protected class. You can't discriminate against a race.
Zimmerman says the book is being reviewed at the curriculum committee and still may be approved for class. He says the demonstrators out front don't have the whole story.
It's not accurate. It's not what happened, and it's not being portrayed correctly.
The AAPI Coalition of Wisconsin also says they were told the book is too sad and doesn't present both sides. Reporting in Muskego, Bruce Harrison, TMJ4 News.
Milwaukee alderwoman Shantia Lewis has been removed from her elected position and is now banned from running again. Lewis yesterday pleaded guilty to misconduct in public office. She admits to using more than $20,000 in campaign money for personal expenses like credit cards and family trips. Lewis still faces jail time. She will be sentenced next month. All right, well, thanks for waking up with us this morning as we head to break. Let's take a live look outside. We are likely going to make it back-to-back 90-degree days, and we're just getting started with that heat. That's all coming up next. A federal judge ruled against transgendered rights in a lawsuit against the Biden administration. The ruling blocks a directive by the administration to allow transgender workers and students to use bathrooms and locker rooms and join sports teams that correspond with their gender identity. The judge ruled the administration's directives would make it impossible for some states to enforce their own laws. 20 Republican attorney generals argued they could lose federal funding. The Justice Department, the Department of Education, and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission asked the judge to dismiss the lawsuit, but that request was denied. The social media company Snapchat is getting into the video conferencing business. The company launched a web-based version of its popular messaging app, which allows users to switch between their phones and computers while having conversations on the platform. It also allows the company to try to win market share in the video conferencing business. Snapchat's video calling feature allows users to start with video chat with up to 15 other people. The service will first be available to Snapchat Plus subscribers, but as of now is only compatible with Google Chrome. Well, 3 people are dead in America's latest mass shooting. It happened on Sunday night at a mall near Indianapolis. The shooter was taken down by what authorities are saying was a Good Samaritan armed with a handgun. Maggie Verspa reports.
Police! How many people are there?
Another American mass shooting with a rare twist after authorities near Indianapolis say a Good Samaritan armed with a handgun shot the gunman and ended the chaos.
Many more people would have died last night if not for a responsible armed citizen.
Investigators naming that Good Samaritan as Elijah Dickin, a 22-year-old Indiana man who's declining to speak publicly. They say the Good Samaritan was legally carrying a handgun at the Greenwood Park Mall with his girlfriend when around 5 p.m. Sunday, the 20-year-old gunman entered the food court armed with 2 semi-automatic rifles and a handgun. Investigators say he first went to the restroom and stayed for an hour, stashing his phone in a toilet, then emerged and started firing.
We heard loud gunshots.
They say the gunman killed 3, including Victor Gomez, and injured 2, among them a 12-year-old girl.
Seen somebody laying on the ground, and I just grabbed my kids and we ran.
Authorities say the armed bystander confronted and killed the shooter immediately, a rare outcome amid this kind of carnage. Researchers who study active shooter events tracked 464 attacks between 2000 and 2021. In 73 cases, a bystander stopped the shooter, mostly by subduing them physically. The number of times a bystander shot the shooter, 24.
This young man acted within seconds, stopping the shooter and saving countless lives.
All right, once again, that was Maggie Vespa reporting. Now let's move on to Storm Team 4 now and take a look at that beautiful sunrise out there this morning. Just those orange hues out there in Port Washington looks absolutely picture perfect. It's also pretty perfect depending on if you like the warm weather, is the warm weather that we're waking up to this morning. Our Brian Nancy joins us live now. And Brian, today is one of those days where you really want to pay attention to the weather and find some cool shade in case you feel just a little bit too hot.
Yeah, just chill out if you're going to be outside. I know a lot of people still have to work in this stuff too, but don't overdo yourself. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Personally, when I'm standing here along the water, I feel like I'm on vacation. Temperatures are in the 70s, and we're heading for the 90s today. You mentioned the beautiful sunrise. Officially, it'll be at 5:30 a.m. this morning, but already starting to see a little bit of daylight on the horizon. Storm Chaser stats this morning with the old Chaser. Come on, numbers. Come on up. Hopefully we get the numbers here. Currently we are sitting in the 70s. Our little sensor kind of going in and out here, but overall, again, there you go, 73.9 degrees with the Chaser. 70 in West Bend, 70 in Kenosha, 67 degrees in Burlington. The dew points are also in the middle and upper 60s in many spots, and I do think climbing into the lower 70s today. So even more humid than yesterday. And then you factor in the 90